Alright, ladies and gentlemen, happy Saturday. I'm here to bring you a tutorial for guitar for the song Times Like These by Eden Project. I've been putting off this tutorial for a while. This has been a really tough song to learn. There are a few tabs online for this, but I found that they're pretty much all incorrect when it comes down to it. And this is, I think, purely due to the fact that this song was written on piano, and the chord voicings which Eden uses on the piano are hard for anybody who's not a seasoned musician to replicate on the guitar. So what I'm going to be doing today is trying to take these chords and make them sound decent on the guitar enough so that you can play a cover yourself. This is not going to be perfect. There's some parts which I don't even understand, and so I've sort of improvised some chords to try to make it sound similar to the original so that you guys can still play it. So just a fair warning, instead of linking chords or tabs down below, I'm going to actually write out the chords, and I will be making a chord sheet for Ultimate Guitar soon and uploading that. But for now, check out the descriptions for the chords. So without further ado, let's get going on this doozy. With the intro, this is probably the most confusing part, is the intro. I'm just going to play it for you really quickly. We've got a host of chords there, 6 chords, 7 chords to be exact. We are going to be using bar chords today. The first chord in that section is going to be an E. We all know what this is. Middle finger, ring finger on the 2nd frets of the A and D strings. Your index finger will go on the 1st fret here of the G. Strum the whole entire thing. Now this is where the confusion is. I believe in the real song he plays a variation of a B and a C sharp. Alright, so these by themselves do not sound correct, but it's all I've got right now, so I'm going to teach it to you that way. The B is 2nd fret with your index finger and then 4th fret on the D, G, and B. And then up to a C sharp, it's just 2 frets up to the 4, 6, 6, 6. Now, if you don't want to play, if you feel like the B and the C sharp are too complicated, what I've come up with is you can play a G sharp 7th instead of those 2 chords. Now, a G sharp 7th, a G sharp looks like this: 4th fret with your index finger, overlaying all the frets. Your ring finger, 6th fret, pinky, 6th fret, middle finger, 5th fret. This is a G sharp. Now, if you get rid of that pinky, so it's 4, 6, 4, 5, it's going to sound like this. Right? And that's a G sharp 7th. We're getting rid of that pinky. We're going to use this chord further along in the song, so it's an important one to know regardless. So, 2 ways that we can play this, like this. Or like this. Alright, so those are the 2 different variations. The rest of the chords in this sequence are an F sharp minor. Once again, same bar chord. Your index finger is going to overlay 2nd fret, ring finger, pinky finger on the 4th fret of the A and the D. It's going to sound like this. F sharp minor, and then we slide this same structure up to 2 frets, and this is a G sharp minor. Alright, so F sharp minor, G sharp minor, and then we go up to an A. We continue to go up the scale, and we know this is an open A string, and then on the 2nd fret of the D, G, and B strings we're going to play. So it's going to sound like this. And then the next chord after that is going to be an A minor, and this is very similar. We're going to take our middle finger, 2nd fret, D, ring finger, 2nd fret of the G, and our index finger on the 1st fret of the B string. Alright, so let's go over this intro one more time. So even just the intro is a doozy, but don't be afraid because that progression is used in the verse as well. And let's get into the verse. There's going to be two parts of this verse. First part's going to be verse part 1, which I'm about to play for you. It's been a long, long time. We've come a long, long way. No, I can't see the finish line. Scared half to death, but that's okay. It's been a long, long night after a long, long day. I'm not feeling, but I know somehow my feet will find a way. So you'll see some similarities to the intro. This first part where he says it's been a long, long time, we're going to play our E. It's been a long, long time. We've come a long, long G sharp 7th, which we've already learned before. Way. No, I can't see. Now on this line, he plays a C sharp 7th, which we haven't, or C sharp minor, excuse me, which we haven't learned yet. So this is going to be up to the A string. Index finger is going to overlay the 4th fret starting at that A string. Your ring finger and your pinky are going to go onto the 6th frets of the D and G, and your middle finger is going to be on the 5th fret of the B string, where it's going to sound like this. Right. So we can think about it going from a G sharp 7th, we just go up to the next string. So I can't see the finish line, scared half to A, death, but that's okay. A minor. Alright, which we know from the intro. And this repeats. This next part is exactly the same as the intro. It's been a long, long night after a long, long B, C sharp, my body's aching, F sharp minor, but I know G sharp minor, know somehow my feet will find a way. So this F sharp minor to G sharp minor to A and A minor, same thing that we're playing in the intro. That's the reason why I'm going through this kind of quick. So this next part of the verse I'm going to call verse part 2 for phrasing purposes, and this is where he says, so I'll sing aloud in the silence and give the best out of me. I'm so right, but not over. I will fight like a soldier coming home in the silence and give the best out of me. This is alright, I'll live it how I dream. Sorry, there's so many lyrics in the song, I forget them, but you get the overall melody. So for verse part 2, we're going to start off on an A, where he says, so I'll sing it loud, A. So I'll sing it loud in the silence. On silence, we move up to a B. And give the best of me. On that part, he goes down to a G sharp minor. And quickly then changes up to a C sharp minor. So it's A, B, G sharp minor, up to the C sharp minor. Alright? Then back down to an F sharp minor and an E, up to an A again, and then a B, ending on a B, and it repeats. So let's go through that really, really slowly. It's gonna sound like this. So I'll sing it loud in the silence and give the best of me. Well, it's alright, but not E over A. I will fight, be like a soldier coming home, and it repeats. A, the silence, give the best of me. Now the future's so bright. F sharp minor. This is E. Our time, live it how I dream. Instead of going from an A to a B, when we play this through the second time, it's going to go from an A, live it how I dream, to an A minor, dream. All right? All right. Keep up with me. If you need to go back, rewatch that. I completely understand. Once again, following along with the song will be a lot easier, but you learned the bulk of it, I promise. Those are all the chords in the song. So this next part where he says, it's been a long, long time, it's just a repeat of verse part 1. So I'm going to play it for you. There's nothing new to it, but I'm going to play it so you can hear it and understand it. It's been a long, long time since I've seen sunlight through the rain, since I felt love for truth, it's strange, but I left bliss back where I came, and I won't lie, it's taken so long to feel okay, and now the world is screaming out for more, but I don't feel the same. Once again, that's just verse part 1. There's nothing new, nothing changes, just the lyrics. Now we're going to get into what I call the interlude. This is my favorite part of the song, where it kind of slows down a little bit, and we do have some variation here. The first chord in this interlude where he says, but we'll be alright, 'cause it's all we know, and it's only a change, sunsets on the own, but we're nocturnal anyways, this is how we know it'll be okay. Our memories change. Repeats again. First chord of this is going to be a G sharp minor. 4th, 6, 6, 4, 4, 4. But we'll be all G sharp minor, right? 'Cause it's all we know. A. And it's only a change. C sharp minor. Sunsets on the old. B. B. But we're nocturnal anyways. On this part, when he says nocturnal anyways, there's 2 chords, and those 2 chords are F sharp minor, G sharp minor, and then going up to the A and repeating. So it's going to sound like this. But we're nocturnal anyway, and we're repeating. It'll be okay. I'm sorry. And this is how we know it'll be okay. These are the times we will hold. On this part, instead of playing the F sharp minor to the G sharp minor again, what you're going to do is play an A when our memories are fade, and an A minor when our memories fade. Alright, this part is really confusing. I'm going to play it through really slowly for you. Now keep in mind, after we do this, we're going to repeat, but without any of these variations. It's going to be just a G sharp minor, A, C sharp minor, B. And I'm going to play through this whole entire interlude bit for you so you can see that. Alright? But we'll be alright, 'cause it's all we know, and it's only a change, sunsets on the old, but we're nocturnal anyway, and it's how we know it'll be okay. These are the times we will hold when our memories will fade. This is where it repeats. G sharp minor. So we know A. It'll be okay. C sharp minor. Some old B. But we're nocturnal anyways. G sharp minor. Oh, we know A. It'll be okay. C sharp minor. These are the times we will hold. This is where he holds out this B chord, and he just repeats, these are the times we will hold 3 times. This is probably one of the most confusing parts of the song besides the intro, and you will get it if you just follow along with the chords with the song. It'll come to you. Just some different variation, which it makes this song what it is, and it makes this song interesting, so I enjoy it, but it's tough to teach. And when he says, times, and he says, woo, we go into the second part of the verse. And he says, in the silence, and give the best of me, and it's alright that it's over. I will fight like a soldier coming home. This is the second part of the verse that he's playing here, and this is why I split up the verse into two parts. So he plays the A, in the silence, B, given when I've given all of me. He plays a G sharp minor, given all of me. C sharp minor, this is that quick change, down to an F sharp minor, and it's alright that it's over. E, and I fight. A, B, like a soldier coming home, and then we repeat again. A, in the silence. B, but I've G sharp minor, never felt so free. C sharp minor, future so bright. F sharp minor, this is our time. E, and I'll A, live it how I dream. A sharp minor, and this is that build up. Whoa. This goes into what I call the drop. Now the drop has some different variations, so I'm going to play it for you here. And this goes a little something like this. This is when it all breaks in and he goes, because it's all we know, and it's only a change. Sunsets on the road, but we're nocturnal anyways, and this is how we know it'll be okay. The times we will hold when our memories fade. Holds it out. You get the idea. So this drop part, we're going to start off with an E, because it's all we know. And we're going to go up to a G sharp 7th, which we've seen before. It's only a change. An A, sets on the old C sharp minor, and B, but we're nocturnal anyway. So once again, slowly. Cause it's all we know. G sharp 7th, and it's only a change. A, sunsets on the old G sharp, or C sharp 7th, C sharp minor, excuse me, I'm sorry. But we're not be eternal anyways. Instead of going down to the E and repeating, you're going to go down to a G sharp minor. This is how we know. A, it'll be okay. C sharp minor, these are the times we will hold. B, when our memories fade. A, hold it out. And he says, they fade down to an A minor. Now at the end of this he says, sometimes it takes times like these to know you're in the right place. And this is going to be an A. Sometimes it takes times like these to know. B, you're in the right place. Outro bit, very similar to the intro, little bit of variation. Let's play through it. So this is an E, you're almost there. Up to a G sharp 7, up to a C sharp minor, down to a B, and to an A. We're just going down the scale. A minor, ending on an E. All right. Okay, that was a lot. Even for me, that was a lot. So I will put timestamps in the description so you can jump to the different parts if you need to relearn them, and just follow along with the chords in the description. I promise you'll get this down. So I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I will see you next week.
For now your dreams can make you see nobody's flying but just you and